I feel a second wind.
Do you? Are you finally getting your second wind?
I'm ready for your battle.
Ready for shit to go down. Determined to walk. Whoa.
Hey, Dante.
Hey, buddy. What are you doing here? So, I did message Ruben Langdon, the voice actor for Dante.
Oh?
And just for fun, I was like, so if I cut a WWE-style promo on you, would that be good or bad? And he sent me a thumbs up. And I was like, all right, cool.
What a fanboy.
So, Ruben Langdon, be aware, I will either cut a promo on Dante or Ken. Your choice.
Cut a promo?
It's a wrestling thing. The thing that you helped me film the other day?
Yeah.
That's cutting a promo, quote unquote.
With Dante?
No, like against him. Like talking shit about him.
Oh.
Yep.
That'd be kind of funny. You should dress up as a character.
Tempting. I'll dress up as Vega. Vega is so funny.
Oh?
Oh, it's the Street Fighter character with the mask and the claw.
Oh, that's the one.
Oh, so funny. And he wasn't funny before. Until Pete Holmes happened. Oh, but first off, we have to have this duel.
Because, of course, if you're gonna be Dante, you gotta fight him first.
Oh.
Unless... Oh, man, you know it'd be an awesome way to take the reign as Dante is if he just kills you here. That would be so funny. It would be totally unsatisfying because then it was like, what did we even do as Nero this whole time?
Yeah. What was the point? I am getting my ass kicked. Damn.
And it's very rare that a game does something like that, but if something like that's done right, it actually can be really, really crazy.
Yeah.
But, obviously that's not going to happen here.
I love that that's...
Where your bullets shoot each other.
That's so cool. I think that's awesome.
It's
the big old, tried and true, hey, dude, guns don't really do much against bosses, okay?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just it's a very anime moment.
Yeah. I remember as a kid when that first happened, I was like, wait, what? Although it did feel sort of invalidating, though, because it was at the beginning of the game.
Oh, really?
It's like, oh, really? This gun is already being invalidated.
In this game?
Yeah. When for the tutorial thing. Oh.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually totally fair because you have this mechanic and you want to explore it and suddenly you can't use it. It makes sense why you can't use it because you're fighting Dante, who also is just as, if not more powerful than you are.
Oh, that's what the flash means. He's switching styles.
Who, Dante?
Dante. There.
Oh.
Now he's in
kamikaze mode.
In kamikaze mode.
I'm gonna blow up now.
Swordmaster? Maybe?
Huh.
I can't tell. Whoa. No, it's Gunslinger.
That's actually really cool. I didn't even think that was a thing. I gotta say, fighting... Combat between Dante and Nero probably is the coolest.
Oh, yeah. Because they're both fleshed out characters.
Right,
they both
exactly.
Have a full moveset and everything to complement.
Exactly. So it's not only are the cutscenes between those two satisfying, but even the combat in-game is satisfying because it really is awesome. They do feel like they're both just powerful and important characters.
Yeah. Why the glare? I only shot your holiness in the face and brought you in on this whole thing. Although that right there, him barely dodging out of the way of Yamato, that is a very important point because the only thing that can kill somebody with a devil's arm is another devil's arm.
Makes sense.
It came
Which explains...
very close in Devil May Cry 3 between Dante and Virgil where both of them almost died.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it was probably the coolest setup because 3 was the prequel. And in the first game, we were learning about the character. We're learning that, I guess he had a brother and a mom and all that stuff. And you're fighting this swordsman called Neo Angelo. And he's, got this crazy demonic look. He looks super cool. But he fights a lot like Dante. And what's interesting is in 3, you have this epic duel with Virgil at the very end of the game. One of the coolest fights. comment if you agree, because that was still one of my favorite moments. And Virgil gets like a fatal blow cut into his chest, and they're in the demon realm, and Virgil goes, you know what, fine, you can stay in your human realm, but I'm staying. This is my home. And then he falls off, and you find out later that he becomes Neo Angelo.
Oh.
He gets tormented and played with and all that stuff, and turns into that horrible demon.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Hey, Boobs McGee.
She's straight up not wearing anything under there either, I think.
That's not surprising.
It's a little weird. What was I going to say?
Shocker! It's Trish, the succubus.
Oh, man!
She might not be a succubus. She might just be a standard... I don't know, whatever.
I mean, she must be if she's able to just transform her shape like that.
Yeah.
I think, at least. What was I going to say, though? Oh, so you mentioned that they can't die unless they're slain by another demon arm.
Yeah, Devil's Arm.
Devil's Arm, sorry.
That's fine.
So, if that's actually true, doesn't that kind of make all of the failures in any other point of the game kind of arbitrary because you can't actually fail?
Yeah.
I mean, it's simply a plot thing, right? Like,
it is. It's strictly plot related. I guess, I mean, you could assume if, like... Oh my god. We're still Nero. I want to be Dante already. We're still Nero right now.
Oh. Man, I would have thought that would have been the turning point.
So, like, it could be assumed if you, like, get beaten down by a bunch of, like, minions or whatever, that they keep you beaten down and they just, like, take you and kidnap you, and they know you can't die, so they'll just sit there and torture you or whatever. Like,
yeah, I mean, you can reason however you think is necessary. It's just, for a plot-driven game, I feel as though that is a pretty critical failure.
Mm-hmm.
And while it doesn't actually change anything, right, it's just a little dissatisfying.
Yeah.
But it's sort of one of those suspension of disbelief things where if you love the game enough, you're willing to just suspend that disbelief and just not care about that minor failure.
Yeah.
Which, I don't think that that's a bad thing. You shouldn't expect your players to suspend disbelief like that. But at the same time, like, if you are a person that's okay with it, then that's fine. Like, as long as you still enjoy it. I don't really know if I made a point, but...
Well, I understand what you're saying. If you do thoroughly enjoy the game, then that was the whole point. Right,
yeah, exactly.
Hey, these guys again. This might be my least favorite enemy type. It's like, I mean, they have that cool, like, they have a cool concept to them, but like...
It just takes so many steps in order to actually start hurting them. No, I agree. I would probably feel the same. It gets to this point, and pretty much every action game like this gets to this point where it's like, we've already been fighting this guy through 11 levels now.
Yeah.
I'm tired of fighting.
Like the little
guy.
marionette guys. Like.
Right, exactly. There's almost a point in which they should either A, be phased out, B, change their challenge, like either their fighting style or something else about them, or C, make some interesting combinations. Dark Souls actually is a great example of that, where, you fight a lot of those just little grunt ghoul guys, but they're placed in very interesting points, which totally changes the way that you interact with them and the way that you're fighting them.
Right.
And in a game like this, there's not really any of that. Every combat sequence is a stop here, kill everything, and then you can move on, and then you have to stop when you hit the next combat sequence. Right. So it's very rigid movement. Where in Dark Souls, for example, again, it's very, you're moving nonstop. You're just moving very carefully.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what the hell?
But I guess I'm not necessarily saying that that's bad. All I'm saying is that when everything stops in this game for the combat sequences to happen, they should always feel at least a little different or more interesting, because you don't want to do the same thing over and over again.
So I don't know if you noticed that the plaque on the wall in front of the gate said proceeding alone is strictly prohibited. But you look through the gate and see an enemy. Now, what is something that we have established that you can do with the Devil Bringer? You can grab through walls and grab obstacles, right?
And you grabbed him to pull him onto the trigger point?
Yep.
That actually is kind of clever.
Yeah, I like
see,
that.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, though. Like, that's good puzzle design.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with combat, right? Well, other than the actual maneuver. But, like, it's all mechanics we're familiar with at this point. Like, we're familiar with floor plates and trigger points. We're familiar with grabbing things. And even if you weren't, that's your opportunity to learn, I suppose. But it's reusing those existing mechanics in a way that's different and interesting. Now, if they use that 20 more times, I'm going to find it much less satisfying. But in that moment, that was pretty cool. That was good design. It was good scripting.
Oh, I'm Zangief now.
You're what?
Zangief, another Street Fighter character. There's lots of Capcom character references in some of the moves here.
Oh, yeah?
Not that that's a bad thing. I'm a big Capcom fan.
No, I bet that's sort of like their Easter egg,
Yeah. Just waiting for the spinning pile driver move. Oh, what?
Follow the things! Go up! Come on, Sonic.
Sonic.
Follow the line of rings with your light dash.
Oh, there's a thing. I'm gonna hit the thing and... Lasers!
There's a lot of lasers in this game, I've come to find. I don't know how you feel about that, but I feel some things about that.
I feel feelings.
I feel feelings sometimes about things.
Oh,
and you know what?
Burped a garbage brick.
And you know what? That's okay. It's okay to feel feelings about things. That's all I got.
Boom. Alright. Devil trigger, bitches. Let's do this.
Well, we are at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So maybe while we churn through some of this repetitive level stuff.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll get Dante soon, kids. We promise.
They're not all kids that watch the show.
I say kids just because I've said that to Nick and Nathan, and well, mainly Nathan.
Whatever,
because he's
kid.
older than me. Oh, that was my sunburn arm. You suck. That was my devil bringer.
You couldn't hear. I was patting him on the arm, the sunburn arm, specifically. Specifically.
All right. See you next time.
Bye, guys. See you in the archives. Love you.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.